What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's been about a month. But by the time you guys see this, it will have been on YouTube. It will have been about 2 weeks, probably. This is, I'm only one episode in, and I already really love this show. I don't really have much more to say. If you guys want to watch the full-length reaction version of this on Patreon, I do say a lot more on Patreon. For these like long series, like long episodes, I talk a lot. And you know, some people on YouTube be like, hey bro, you talk too much. On Patreon, if you want to hear a person not be like, wow, that's so cool. No disrespect to any reactors who just say one word every 10 minutes, you know, no disrespect. But at the end of the day, I'm in the moment, man. I'm in my zone when I'm watching things I really enjoy. And if I'm just yippity yapping, I'm enjoying what I'm watching. So I'm gonna hopefully enjoy this next episode we got here. Again, if you guys want to check out the full-length reactions on Patreon, feel free. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Cheer me up, babe. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Huh?
What happened in the last episode? What? This is episode 2? What's going on? Okay, I didn't mean to pause on this screen where they're showing that woman right there. I'm probably not gonna, I definitely gotta blur that out for YouTube. Like heavy blur. But I can't remember like the last, oh, okay. At the end of episode 1, we had his uncle, right? And his mother talking. And then everyone kind of left the outside barbecue little party they had going on, and I guess everyone took their food inside. And then they showed like this still shot of the pool where the ducks used to be.
Always going to have organized crime. Always. As long as the human being has certain appetites for gambling, pornography.
And here we have gambling and pornography. I think things are really gonna start popping off. Maybe not in this episode, but in terms of organized crime, I feel like I've seen nothing yet, really. Obviously, it's episode 2 now, so the show's only gonna get greater from here.
Hey, quick and painless. Nobody wants to hurt your ass. Okay, but you gotta tie me up. My boss is gonna think I'm in on it.
I mean, he got a point though. He got a point, because if I'm on a job. If I'm working, right, this type of job, somebody comes up to my truck and they're like, hey, give me all the TVs you got in the back. I'm like, whoa, man, listen, I'm not trying to die today. I haven't even hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Not yet, okay? Cell phones existed in this time period, right? This was 1999. They just had like the bigger cell phones at this point. Right, so yeah, you could probably call your boss and be like, yo, I just got robbed, you know, or maybe they took the cell phone then. Maybe they take the cell phone. Tell them to take the cell phone. But if something like this happens to me in this era, in 2023, I would probably say something similar. But in 2023, people are vicious, man. They'll just take the whole truck, right? You get out, they drive off. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm not trying to give anybody ideas watching this video. Listen, don't do that, okay? If you're watching this video and your life is like that terrible to where you feel like you need to take another person's vehicle, bro, get a job.
Scathed.
Sorry, man. You gave them the idea of hurting you, though. Like, you only have yourself to blame. But hey, do you really have yourself to blame? Nah, it's them. They chose to rob you. It's their fault.
What are you getting in science?
D+.
See what I can do.
That's not what I meant.
For your kid? Also, D+? What are you, 12? 13? He had a birthday last episode. How old did he turn? Certain things are harder for different people. Me personally, I struggled at, well, nothing. I'm not joking. No, I'm kidding.
I'm glad to hook it up, Tom. You know, I used to be an installer.
Why can't you be nice to Brendan?
Nephew, come on, dude. Why is the nephew always stepping up to him like that? Who do you think you are, bro? You're nephew for a reason. Hold on, who just pulled up to her house? You got enemies like that? That would, hold on. Oh. Okay, so they did come to her. Okay, she's all right. He called his wife. Why does his wife look like a younger version of his mom?
I wish you would let me get somebody in here to help you.
Help me what?
Live? I don't know. Stay alive?
Fucking Italian people. And it's not just a money. It's a pride thing. This is the worst. This expressive shit.
I get it though, man. Gatekeeping is real. Bro's the ultimate gatekeeper. Does he just always wear that black shirt at every one of these? That's his therapy drip. Bro has exclusive therapy drip.
What were some of the good experiences you remember as a child? The loving, warm ones.
Oh, nothing? No way, bro. Not like this.
Let's get one thing straight. In the hours you're here taking care of my mother,
Oh.
no ganja, okay?
Did he say no ganja? And the lady looked a little upset. She's probably never smoked a day in her life. Is that racism? I don't know. Is that racist? Probably, yeah. I don't think she smokes. Right? Based off that reaction.
Tony, would you like some tea or something?
Even the way she just asked him that. She did not want to ask him that. She just did it because it's her job. She didn't want to do that.
How you feeling?
And a fucking chemo. Maybe I should name a successor.
I was wondering, like, why does this guy keep looking out of it like this? What's going on? Did he not get enough sleep last night? Headache, maybe? Stomach ache? Cancer. That sucks, man. This earth has been around for a while, right? Humans are constantly getting more and more intelligent each and every day. Yet there's no, like, just one-shot cure to cancer. There are treatment options, but we haven't, like, just vaccine. Or not even a vaccine, it's not like that, but, you know, there's no, like, shot that you can inject into little kids or babies that will just prevent them for the rest of their lives from getting cancer. No. But realistically, all humans, we get sick, we get injured, we get scathed, but we keep on getting back up like we're Steve Rogers, man. We can do this all day. So hopefully this guy doesn't die in this episode. I guess we'll see what happens.
It's too bad they don't have a telethon for fuckface-itis, huh? They found a cure yet? Hey, you all right? You all right? You all right? Yeah, I'll see you later.
He looks like he hates him. He looked like he hated that whole interaction.
That's it! What happened?
I know how to talk to people.
No, you don't.
These blacks.
Hang on, guys. I gotta vomit. I mean, I get she's an old woman in the 90s. So, I get it, you know? Like, old people now, I don't think they'd be saying that. The old people 20, 30 years ago, they were actually teenagers in the 50s and 60s. So I'm not surprised. Like being a teenager, when I was a teenager, I'm not surprised at some of the things I might say when I'm 70. Just like someone that's a teenager right now, you wouldn't hear this sort of thing. They'd be talking about all the different types of rap music that they listen to, right? Kids of every race, but teenagers in the 1940s, 1950s? I mean, are we really surprised? No. Am I offended? Kinda, but it's a show, and I like the show. I'm gonna keep watching. She really just said these blacks though. Wow. It's like I knew some racism was coming, but I just didn't know when. It's here. I don't know. I feel like that may have been just more prevalent and more common in the South, right? The southern states. Here in the Midwest, like, nah, I don't really think people were. Racism was as prevalent, though racism was pretty prevalent everywhere in the U.S. 50 years ago or 60 years ago. And it's still prevalent everywhere in the U.S. now, just it's died down a lot. It's more so microaggressive racism and more so cultural appropriation than just flat out these blacks, right? Or the other word that I shall not say.
You got a reputation for immaturity, and it's not going to be improved by not paying the tributes the acting boss demands of you.
And everybody knows you really run things since Jackie became the chemo-sabi.
Don't ever disrespect that dude because he got cancer, man.
You leave Conley Trucking and every other fucking item on this planet that belongs to my Uncle Junior, including his hemorrhoid donut, the fuck alone.
Nephew don't like that, but he'll let it slide, it looks like. See, the nephew had... I forget his name. I just call him nephew. He has so much respect for his uncle.
You seen a school teacher satin around here?
You could have just said, who? You know, you could have just acted like you didn't know who it was.
People at the airport shuttle are always late.
What? Mike Epps? Yo!
On the lookout for ducks, Dad?
It was special them coming here, huh? What'd you think?
I really wasn't into it.
Metal, why are you here, bro? Like, it's like you just open your mouth to say that you're not a fan. Get out. You can leave. Live on the streets.
You know, the street. It's another pain in the ass.
It looks like she shouldn't be driving. Is she dead? What did he say? Broken head, huh? And as soon as he thinks to himself, this feels like a Friends moment. This feels like a Friends moment. The one with the hip, like, as soon as he thinks to himself, oh man, there's hope for my mother yet. She's still got friends, you know, that she drives around places. And then she nearly kills one of them. There's no hope for her. And now he's gonna probably realize that himself, that there's really no hope for his mother at this point.
She could need a change in her living situation, be around more people.
I'm just now realizing he's not wearing his usual therapy trip. Nah, but this shirt is kind of cool though.
Ma, we're fixed good lamp-wise, though. Thank you.
Take it. Somebody's got to take this stuff before I die.
So you didn't want to move in, but you want people to take the stuff? You just want to stay in the house with nothing? And he keeps trying to convince her. I think he's trying to convince himself that there's still hope left for her, and I just don't think there is.
Maybe one reason why things are so fucked up in the organization these days is guys running off, not listening to middle management.
Now you wised up? Okay, surprise of the episode. I thought he was gonna go through with it and completely mess everything up. He didn't. Big plot twist, he left this guy alone.
Control your shit, fool!
Oh, you killed him? It's this guy, you're an idiot. You just killed one of Junior's guys. Oh, you're gonna pay for that. Somebody's gonna pay with their life. Imagine nephew avoided this. This could have happened with nephew being there. How do you drop your gun though like that? Like, why was it in your lap? Who puts their gun in their lap like it's a phone, bro? It's a gun. Come on. This guy clearly has never held a gun. He's never done anything with a gun before that day. That was his first time on the job. She don't want to be there. We all know it.
All right, Ma, you gotta sign right here.
She's not gonna sign. Why is she staring at her? He's making the meanest face. Like, we get it. You're mad. Oh well. You can be stubborn all you want. You're still gonna live here, bro. You don't have any other choice at this point. You have become a recluse. Not even a recluse, just a terrible person living alone. You need other people. Human interaction, daily.
Christopher.
Chris? Who's Christopher?
Yeah, Christ, I've been calling for hours.
Nephew. Nephew's name is Christopher.
I don't know, he caught some friendly fire or something, and he's gone.
Yeah, it's that kind of day. Man, terrible day at work, huh?
Did you do anything to stop it?
Nope.
Did you offer any guidance?
Well, he did, kinda. I'm pretty sure Brendan's gonna die here. Your mom's house, empty. Well, probably the house you grew up in, though, right? Yeah. What's crazy is there are still houses that look like that to this day. Oh, not now, bro.
Can you admit to yourself that yes, you're sad, but you're very angry and full of rage?
I don't think he's the type of person to admit that sort of thing to himself. Oh, this guy. And this guy is almost like a younger version of his mom. And whatever he does to this guy is what he actually wants to do to his mom. And the episode ends how it started, with the guy talking about gambling and pornography. There you go. I was wondering, like, where does that kind of come into play with the theme of the episode? You had Christopher, the nephew, and his friend Brendan gambling, right? They were gambling on the fact that, oh, Junior wouldn't really do anything serious to them. They could just take his whatever and get away with it. Pretty much scot-free. And that's not what ended up happening. Somebody lost their life, right? So, and everything in this episode, like, kept going from bad to worse. Like, you didn't think it would get much worse after a few minutes, and then, oh, guess what? It still can. So it was just an interesting episode of events, you know, everything happening the way it did. Seems coincidental, but that's just how life is, man. That's how life is. Like, you could just have a bad day and it can just keep getting worse and worse. And then maybe it gets better, but then there are other things that happen in your day that remind you of that terrible thing that happened earlier. It's just, I feel for Mr. Soprano, Anthony, Tony, whatever you want to call him. I feel for him, man, because we've all been there. I've been there. Pretty sure you guys watching have been there. So hopefully next episode he has some better things happening in his life, man. Because this episode, it was just like, it was like a Monday, right? The first day of the week, the first day of the work week. It was kind of like that. You don't really want to be there, but you're going, unless you're one of those, unless you work your dream job, right? But if you're not working your dream job, first day of the work week is usually that day where you're like, oh, gotta get up for work. But then you do it because you gotta pay bills and whatnot. And then it's just like, why am I here? And then let's say you're a teacher, right? Because we did have a teacher in this episode. Let's say you're a teacher. One of the kids at school vomits, right? One of the kids gets into a fight with another kid in your class, and you're just like, what's happening today? And then you stub your toe on your desk, and you're like, oh. And then kids going out to class, close the door, but one of them kind of slams it while you're still trying to open it, and then you jam your finger, and then you're like, wow, this day sucks. And then you find out, I don't know, somebody slashed one of your tires accidentally or something like that. So now you gotta change your tire. And if it's your first time changing your tire, you gotta figure out how to change your tire. So, yeah, it's just a bad day. We all have those. This was 46 long. It was a really good episode. We also got to see Mike Epps, right? Shouts out to you. I don't think, based off his role in this episode, I don't think he's gonna be a recurring character. But it was still fun to see him. Man, that's my guy. I do love Mike Epps though. Like, of all the comedians I've ever seen in life, Mike Epps, definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. For me. Let me know in the comments. Who's your top 5, or no, not even top 5. Who do you like as a comedian? You know, you can name one person, you can name 5. Who knows? Just let me know, who do you guys like? But in terms of this specific episode, relatable. Relatable. Super relatable, man. I'm gonna get into the next. I'm out.